What's up, guys? We got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. This hole, you can play, I either like to play two ways. I either like to play it back with the wood, kind of like what my opponent's doing right here. But for Headwind, I typically like to use my driver to the left side. So we will be playing it to the left side. If you're going to play the wood here like him, you're going to want to play a little more to the left. And you're going to want to use no topspin, full right spin, and you're going to let the ball just roll up the left side of the green towards the pin.
Perfect shot.
I can't see him making this over the rough. Yeah, so that was a pretty crappy shot there. So we're going to use our extra mile, and we're not going to have much side spin, but we'll curl it in. So we're going to play it over here. We're going to play full back, which is about 4.5. Full right, if we had a different ball, we would definitely add more side spin. And then we're going to play it at max over here on the left. So 3.1. We're going to play it just a little bit over 3. We'll probably go 3.5. And then full curl.
Perfect shot.
And so this should come in pretty decent. So that's how you want to play it. We got a forfeit anyway, so. Alright, guys, see you on the next one. Alright, guys, so we got another shootout hole for you. We will be using, actually, we're going to be playing the rough bump here. So we're going to play 10.8. We're going to be playing 4.5 back. And we're going to be adjusting at max. So 6.3.
Perfect shot.
Hit it perfect. Just barely missed. I was a little rushed on time there, so I might have been slightly overpowering it, but it's still a good shot. So in Tailwind, I like to play it like that. Play it at your max distance. With left to right wind, I like to bounce off the pad on the left with about right where they're playing it. The problem is you can't adjust back with your wood. So for this shot, I like to play about 6 back, full right, and then let it kind of trickle in, maybe a tiny bit of curl. For right to left wind, I like to play the rough bump. If you do have a sniper 10, you can play the sand bump with topspin in the sand. That's probably the safer way to play it, but if you need a sniper 10 for the topspin. So if you have a sniper 9 or guardian, any level guardian, just play the rough bump. It's usually the safest way. So that was actually a good shot by them there too. So that's another shootout hole for you guys. Alright, guys, so we got another shootout here for you. This is one of the lottery holes. So basically we're going to play it with our driver. And for this type of wind, for right to left wind, we're going to use more right spin. I like 2 top spin. We're actually going to go 2.5 because we're going to be curling into the wind. And we're going to want to pretty high up on the hill here. So basically, you want the ball to come down with some decent speed. So we're going to adjust our 2.5 rings at max. And we're going to add a little bit of curl. Great right will be okay. We do leave that room. And it is better to hit higher up on that hill. So you want the ball to funnel onto the green with some nice speed. And then basically, you get within a yard, you're okay. So that's a good shot. That'll be pretty hard to beat. If you want to go for the hole-in-one, you're going to want to use less curl or a little bit of left spin. The only problem with that is the ball comes in hot and can run past the hole. So basically the safest way to play this for shootouts is right spin, about 2 top spin. If you have headwind, go 3 top spin. And if you have tailwind, 2 top spin, just make sure that you're not too far up the fairway. So you do not want to over the curl the ball either, though. Like this person, it can come in a little different. See, that's going to come in. Yeah, this isn't going to be a good shot. You want a nice smooth transition with the ball rolling onto the green. So that's pretty much how to play this. It is a lottery hole. You can get very lucky. But with those tips, you can usually get within a yard and win that hole 9 out of 10 times. All right, guys, so we're back here with another shootout hole for you. Let's see which one it is. All right, so for this headwind, you're going to play driver. Tailwind, you're going to play... tailwind, you're going to play... We're going to play driver for this one, sidewind. So, full right, 3 back. We are going to be curling it into the wind some. So we are going to put the ball decently high up here. We're going to adjust it mid. So 5 rings. And then we are going to curl because of the wind.
Perfect shot.
And that should come in pretty decent. So we'll take that. Sidewind, I still like to use the driver just because I like the landing spot better. Tailwind, you're going to use your wood. You're going to use 1 top spin, full right spin, and then you're going to kind of curl it. So he's going to use the sniper here, which isn't a bad play. The only problem is you have to be careful about curling because you're landing so far back, you can clip the rough on the right and then completely take yourself out of the shot. So for how he's taking it, I would do 1 top spin, full right spin. I would actually aim it further to the left, kind of where the top of his white is, and then I would adjust. And I would over adjust probably about 10% as well. This is a downhill hole and you are at max club. So let's see how he goes here.
Great shot.
For headwind, I play driver basically the same way. So that was a pretty good shot for him too, actually. So we'll take it. We'll see you guys in the next one. All right, guys. So we got this shootout again. We'll see what type of wind we get. Hopefully we get some tailwind and we can... Now we got headwind again. So we'll still show it to you. So we'll be using the extra mile. We'll be adjusting at mid distance. And then about 3 backspin, full right spin. Now this wind, last time I think we had right to left wind, so we used a lot of curl. This time we're actually going to use very little curl, but I think we still, if you had a Katana or Kingmaker, I would suggest not adding any curl. We are going to add a tiny little bit of baby cur just because we have a Quasar. Actually, I think we might even have a Navigator again. So that is what you don't want to do. Now that they changed that green, you do not want the ball to run up on the top. It will not come back down like it used to. So hopefully this guy doesn't forfeit and he lets me take this shot. So extra mile, we got 7.8. We do have a decent amount of headwind, so we're going to play it up there. 3 back, full right, which isn't much, obviously, with this club. So right about in there, we're going to adjust almost 3 rings. So right about there, and we are going to add some curl, like I said, because we only have a Navigator.
Perfect shot.
So this one's going to come in a little bit short. Probably should have played it up a little bit further, taken off a bar of the backspin and maybe went 2.5. So still a decent shot. Just good to show you guys a different wind. All right, guys. So we got another shootout here hole for you here. So in Tailwind, we're actually going to be playing up here, and as long as it's not too crazy tailwind, we actually want our second bounce right, or second bounce right up in the fairway, right over here. We are going to play, even at min, we're going to play at max. So we're going to play this right about 3.6.
Great shot.
Getting a little lag. Great left. Should still be okay as long as it runs down. So this is kind of how, it's kind of a weird way of playing the hole, but you just want the ball to roll down that hill from the left to the right. Everybody plays it this way. If I do get side wind, I'll play the Guardian down on the second pad, and I can usually get quite a bit closer. But if you trickle in from left to right, you're always going to be about 3 yards. If you trickle in from the front, you're kind of going to be a little more susceptible to having it stick short around 6 yards or running past the hole. So it's not a good way to play it for the hole in one, but it is probably the safest way to play it in the shootouts.
Great shot.
So their shot should be played basically similar. They missed the rough though, so we'll win. You definitely want to clip the rough and run down there. So that's probably the way to play this to win this hole most of the time, or at least give yourself a shot at it. All right, guys, got another shootout hole for you. We have the lottery hole one again. We seem to be getting this one a lot today. So different wind directions, so we'll play it out. So in this tailwind like this, we're still going to play 2 top. And since it's right to left, we are still going to play 2 right spin, and we are going to right curl it. And we're just going to be mindful of where we land. That looks to be a pretty good shot. That'll be pretty good. That's pretty much exactly how you want to play it. It might be coming in a little bit slow and a little below, but that's a good shot. This guy's a spammer, so let's see what we can do. So he has a katana, so he probably put full side spin on, so that'll actually help us only putting a few on. So we'll just do the 2 down and 2 up. We want to be right about in there, so we want to land pretty aggressive. Say right there, and then we're going to adjust at max. Should be about 3 rings, a little under 2.6.
Perfect shot.
So curl it, hit it perfect. Should come in pretty nicely. So for this hole, it is kind of just luck of the draw.
Nice on.
It's going to be close. I don't even know who won that one. I think we won by 0.2. Nope, he won by 0.4. So here we go again. Got the shootout. Let's see if we can get some different wind this time. So, okay, this is a good wind to use the wood on. So we're going to go back here, and we're basically going to play no top spin, full right spin, and we're going to want to land somewhere right in here. So we're actually going to play this a little over 5 rings. So it's calling for 4.8. We're going to go, we'll go about 6.
Perfect shot.
So all we're looking to do here is to hop up and over and let the ball feed to the hole. So we don't want to get risky with putting right curl on it or trying to get it any closer to going at the hole, because you can clip the rough and you'll completely lose the shootout. This shootout, if you're within 4 yards, you're most likely going to win every single time. So with Headwind and Sidewind, Sidewind I do like to still use the wood. With Headwind, I do like to play the driver off the left there. You will need at least 4 backspin. If you happen to have a Thor's hammer, you can play your driver shot with Sidewind too, because you'll need like 6 or 7 backspin to play that shot. So that's the wood shot. You're going to want to over adjust, play it safe, and just let the ball do its thing and roll up near the hole. So that was this shootout. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Great shot.
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. If you get too aggressive, you clip that rough, you completely take yourself out of it. So, see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so we got another shootout up here. Okay, cool. So we got a different one. So for headwind and left to right wind, we'll play the left side, and then we'll play the right side for right to left wind. So normally I like to play this at 2 backspin. With this type of headwind, we're just going to play 1 backspin. And we want our aim pretty aggressive, somewhere up here. And we're going to adjust at max, so 4.3. We're going to add some curl.
Great shot.
You want to hit high up on the wall, so we'd actually prefer a great left more so than the great right, but with the 1 backspin we should still be fine. Where you get in trouble on this hole is if you go too little backspin. Yeah, we're not close enough. We got kind of hung up there. If you go too little backspin, your ball's going to stop and it's going to come down very slow. So headwind, I like 1 backspin. Tailwind, I like 3 backspin, and sidewind, I like 2 backspin. So this guy's going to have a little more of a difficult time, but he's going to be able to adjust just fine because he's got the ghost ball in for 2 or 9. Rip. So we'll see how this goes. He's playing it nice and high, so he's playing it kind of where he should be. If he does adjust correctly, he's not giving himself a great left. So I always try to give myself a great either direction and still be okay. So he is overpowering it.
Perfect shot.
Let's see how this one comes in. Yeah, definitely no room for a great left there, but this will be a good shot.
Nice on.
Too much backspin. Alright guys, see you on the next one. Alright guys, so we got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. So this is a good one to throw an example up on. So if you get headwind like this, you always want to have your ball guide past the hole. So it's going to look like it's going to go probably 3 or 4 squares long. That's because the second bounce is really affected by the wind. Same thing if you have left to right wind, you want your ball guide to the left. Right to left wind, ball guide to the right. And tailwind, you're going to want your ball guide stopping short of the hole. If you have tailwind or sidewind, you're going to be adjusting at mid-club. So about 0.75% of your normal adjustment. So a sniper would be 6 miles an hour would be like 5 rings instead of 5. And then if you have headwind like this, you're going to want to adjust a true 1-to-1. So not sure what happened to our opponent there. Looks like they timed out. So for our shot, we got 12.3, which is a ton of headwind. So we're basically going to play it a little bit left, and we're only going to use about 4 backspin. So it's going to look like it's going to go really, really long. And then we're going to go 7 rings.
Perfect shot.
So the headwind will severely push that ball. So that shot will win every single time. Most people will come up really short of the hole. See you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so we got this shootout hole again for you. We have a ton of wind. So this is going to be a real tough shootout. We are going to play it the way, like I was saying earlier, how we want to come in from right to left over here. And basically we are going to play max adjustment plus a ring. So we're going to go 8.
Perfect shot.
So that's really just how you want to play it safe. I didn't use any spin there, and you're going to get around 3 yards. It's kind of going to be a lottery between you and an opponent if you guys both play it the same way. But anytime you have that type of wind, it is just easier to play it in that way. So we'll see how our opponent's... Yeah, he's going to be playing it the same way. So he's underpowering it. Looks like he hit a great right. And I'm not really sure. Yeah, if you come in on straight like that, you're always going to be 7, 8, maybe 10 yards away. So you do want to, if you come in from the left rough, you're always going to be decently close. So that is a good, safe way to play that hole. And if you get it really dialed down with the sniper, you can win more than 50% of the time for sure. But it is kind of the luck of the roll through that rough. So see you guys in the next one. And we are back for another 2 or 9 shootout hole. We have this hole again. So we'll show you a little bit of a different way to play this one. If you have a Guardian 5 up, it really works well. Just because I don't have full backspin. So we're going to play as much as we have, 2 right, back here, and we're going to play it right around there. And then we are going to go 7.2 rings. So we're going to add 20%. Great right, but it should still be okay as long as it catches the fairway. So perfect shot. We are right at the cup. We hit great right. We're a little bit right. That shot will win every time. The sniper guy is going to have to come in from the left, and he will be about 3 yards, kind of like what he's going to go for the hole-in-one here. So this is another way to play. This is the way that I play in tournaments to go for the hole-in-one. So you're actually going to use 4 top spin, full left spin. You're going to aim it pretty aggressive near that bunker, and you are going to over-adjust for the wind. So with his 12, I would probably go 14. He's kind of just eyeballing it. It looked like it was quite a bit over 12, so... And he hit a great right. So the only problem with this shot is either it comes up short or it rolls past the hole. But it does give you the best shot at the hole-in-one. So even if you came in from the left there, which is a safer shot, that still wins. So playing the shot he just played is a tournament-only shot in my opinion. It's either all or nothing. So see you guys in the next one. All right, guys. So we have the lottery shootout hole again for you. So we're going to be playing extra mile. In this wind, we are going to be playing a little over 2 top spin. So we're going to play about 2.5. Adjust it max, so 2.5 rings. Add a little curl. Looks like it's coming in pretty decent. So again, you just want that smooth transition. We might have been coming in a tiny bit slow, but still a good shot. So we'll take that. So we ended up winning that one. Our opponent didn't have a smooth transition onto the fairway, so it causes the ball to slow down and come really short of the hole. So see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, we got this shootout again. Again, depending on wind, so this will be a good one. So we'll be playing with the wood here. So with our wood, I like one top spin, full right spin. We do only have a navigator, so we're going to have to add quite a bit of curl. Which does kind of stink. If we had even a Kesar, we'd have to curl just a tiny bit, and if we had a Katana or Kingmaker, we would definitely not really need much curl at all. I wouldn't curl this shot at all with a full side spin 3-ball. So see how our opponent plays it.
Perfect shot.
I think he's adding too much curl for that ball. Yeah, so this will be an easy win for us. Hopefully he still lets us take our shot. So we got 10.7 in Tailwind. We are going to play our Guardian a little more over towards the right. Again, full right spin, one top spin. We are going to adjust at max plus a tiny bit. So we're going to go about 6.5. And then with only having 2 side spin, we are going to add a decent amount of curl.
Great shot.
Didn't want to hit it great right, but this will still be okay. So we probably could have used a tiny bit more curl. The great right actually ended up helping us. So it's a little difficult with the side spin 2-ball, but under 2 yards should win most of the time on this hole with such a severe tailwind. So see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so we're back here with another shootout hole. This is another one of the lottery holes, so depending on the wind, we are actually going to play this to the right so I can show you guys. Nope, that's how he's playing it too. So normally your opponents will never play to this side, and it's an easy win. So with this type of wind, basically he's pretty much aiming it upright. You're going to want 2 backspin, and I'm going to use a tiny bit of right spin as well. So I'm not sure exactly the spin he used, but most likely this is going to be a very good shot. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So the right side, you can definitely get closer. He came in a little bit hot, and that pushed him a little bit more towards the left side. So how we're going to play this, we're going to play 2 back and 2 right. And we're going to aim a little bit more over here in the right. So right about there. And then we are going to adjust 3.2. And this should turn out to be a very nice shot. So basically you just want the ball to creep on just like that, and it will funnel right down to the hole.
Nice on.
So you will win that shootout every time with that. You can't get that close from the left anymore. And most people don't play that way, but this is the guy I was playing. He's also a second account or third, so he knows how to play. So that is the best way to play that. If you have left to right wind, I suggest playing it from the left still. But every other type of wind, headwind, 1 backspin, and right to left wind, basically 2 backspin, tailwind, 2 backspin. That is how to play that hole. All right, guys, so we got another 2 or 9 shootout here. I do not recommend playing this hole with headwind in the wood. I think the driver's a better shot. He would have been so far past the hole had he not clipped that rough. That was so lucky. So for this shot, I like the extra mile. And we'll play over here. We'll play the backspin that we do have. And we'll play it right around in there. Adjust at max. It's about 2.5 rings. We'll go full curl.
Perfect shot.
And I don't know if we'll be able to beat his shot, but it'll still be a good shot. So I think he just barely won it, but he got lucky. He was not intending on clipping that rough. All right, guys. So we got another 2 or 9 shootout here for you. So we have this one, and we do have Tailwind with this. So we're gonna be playing with the wood again. So for this, we're gonna play 1 top spin, full right spin, tiny bit of right curl, and then we're gonna adjust slightly over max. So we'll probably go 3.2 rings. So we go 1 top, right about in there. We'll go about 3.5. And we will add a tiny little bit of curl.
Perfect shot.
And this one should come in nicely. So again, you don't want to get too aggressive and go too high up that hill.
Nice on.
Used to be able to, but that's a good shot now for how this is. If you go too high up, you won't even be close at all. Your ball will just run off the back. So see you guys in the next one. All right, guys. So we got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. We got the Milano Hole. So this hole, again, I like to play it off the pad. This is pretty hefty wind. So again, you're going to want your ball guide to go past the hole in the direction of the wind. So for this shot, you're going to want your ball guide to look like it's going a solid 4 squares past the hole, maybe a little more, and then you're going to adjust it max. So let's see how he does. So I don't think he adjusted enough.
Perfect shot.
I'm guessing he's going to be short of the hole. Yeah, well short of the hole. So he lined the ball guide up to the hole and, you know, didn't adjust for the wind correctly. So 12.6. Yeah, I know, kiddo. So 12.6.
Please.
Yeah. So we're going to go a little bit to the right of the hole, and we're only going to play about 4 back. And then we're going to adjust about 7 rings. So right about there.
Perfect shot.
Sorry, my child was all over me. So we didn't go enough right, but you still get the idea. So that's how to play that hole again. See you guys in the next one. Alright guys, we got another 2 or 9 shootout here for you. So for this wind, I like to play kind of right where he's playing. In other winds, I don't mind playing the rough bump right before the hole. The rough bump's usually 4 to 4.5 backspin, and usually adjust at max. And headwind, I would say add 10%. But we're going to play the left side, kind of how he's playing. So we'll see how his shot turns out. Actually, really nice shot.
Nice on.
So, it'll be tough to beat, but we'll be able to get there. So we're going to have a real strong headwind here with just the quasar. So we're going to play probably 6 back, full right, and aim it pretty aggressive down in there. We're going to go max adjustment, so 5.2. And a tiny bit of curl.
Perfect shot. Nice
So
on.
Probably didn't need any curl or just a little bit, but that's kind of how you see how to play it with Headwind. I do still like that shot over the rough bump and Headwind. So there you guys go. See you on the next one. Alright guys, we got another 2 or 9 shootout here for you. So we're going to play the Goliath. Over here, and gonna go 6 rings, a little bit of right curl, try to counter the wind. Basically we want to play it kind of how we play the sniper and guardian shot. That wasn't a great shot, but hopefully it'll be enough to take the win. It's kind of hard to line up with when you're switching between clubs like that. We'll see how he plays it, but with that type of tailwind and a power 3 ball, you're kind of stuck. So see how this goes. So he just switched back to Goliath, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. Double great left, underpower, curl, and of course somehow that turned out decent. So see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, we got another 2 or 9 shootout here for you. So we're going to show you the way to play up here on the green. We're going to play Thor's Hammer. We're going to play full backspin and right spin. And we're going to be adjusting at mid distance here. So we're going to go 4.2 rings.
Great shot.
Didn't want to hit it great because you see like that, you don't slow down on the green and then roll back. But if you do have a Thor's Hammer, it is the safest play. Tailwind's probably the hardest to get close, but it's not bad. Alright guys, so we got another shootout hole for you here on 2 or 9. With this wind, the left to right wind like this, we're actually going to play the left side. So we'll show you how to do that. Unless you have an APOC or something with good curl, that is the way I do recommend. Although you can play the right. This guy will have a pretty decent shot for the right side. He had an extra mile 8, so he had pretty decent curl.
Nice on.
So that was actually a really good shot. But with our Thor's Hammer, we're going to play to the left. So we don't have as much side spin as we would like, but we're basically going to play in like a headwind like this. We're going to play 3 back and right spin. We're going to play it right about up here. We are going to add a little bit of curl to the right, and then we are going to adjust at max here. So right about just under 4 rings. A little bit of right curl. So that way we'll win every time. It's going to be harder to get closer from the right side, even with a perfect shot. So I don't like that in right to left wind, but anytime you have left to right wind or even headwind, you can play to the left side. So see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so we got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. So we're going to be playing the sniper rough bump here. So we're basically going to play about 4 back, a little over 4 back, and aim right about in there. And we are going to go 1 to 1.
Perfect shot. Nice on.
So dead on line. We're just a little bit short. Probably should have went. It's just a straight 4 with the headwind, but good shot. Should win the hole. See you guys in the next one. All right, guys, we got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. It's actually the same as the last one. So we're gonna play it the same way. We are only gonna play 4 back and 1 to the right, right about there. Adjust 8.1. Hit it perfect. Should be good.
Nice on.
Not great. We're slightly under adjusted, I think, but that'll work. See how our opponent does. So our opponent adjusted worse than us, so we got that win. So see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so we got the same shootout hole again. Looks like that's how today is gonna go. So we'll see if we can get something a little different. We got headwind again, so basically same way we're gonna play it. 4 down, just 1 to 1. Again, I don't recommend playing the Guardian this way, unless you have a Guardian 7 or 8, where you actually have a true ball guide to the hole. With the Guardian, I'd play off the left pad in this wind. So, yeah, that stinks for him. So this should be an easy win. So basically 4 back. We're going to aim just right at the hole, right about there. We're going to go 6 rings. Right there.
Perfect shot. Nice
So,
on.
winner, winner. See you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so we got another 2 or 9 shootout hole for you. So here we have this one, and we're not playing it with the Guardian this time. We have the sniper in, so we will show you how to play this. So I like to come in right about here, and so we're basically going to adjust mid plus 20%. We're not going to use any spin at all, but we're going to adjust back 8.2 rings. There we go.
Perfect shot.
So again, we just want it to come in and trickle in from right to left and basically come right about there. So 3 yards is about where you're going to get. It's the safest play, and you'll win most of the time by getting it 3 yards there. So if not, it'll be a lottery kind of shootout. So see you guys in the next one.